like exciting because like we're almost out of here. We're about to start our lives.
School arrives for kindergartners through seniors. See what the first day of school is like at the beginning and the end of the trail. Plus, a new way for you to watch local athletes, how Fort Sports is going live, and where you can watch it. And it was a busy summer for Vancouver students. What they did instead of lounging on the couch. With the ringing of the bell, students head back inside for the first day of school. Hello and welcome to the first episode of In the Know for the new school year. I'm Chad Young. The weather was sunny for the first day of school, and so too was the mood as kids returned to class.
If I can have just everybody's attention for 1 minute, please.
At Roosevelt Elementary, wave after wave of students washed in, stepping off school buses or getting dropped off by mom or dad. And before they left their child for the day, we saw several parents snapping photos. We also found some kids on the playground trying to capture just a little more summer freedom before the bell rang. Over at Discovery Middle School, the first day is just a bit different. The line of cars out of the driveway backed up into the street as parents said goodbye. A mob of students gathered out front, waiting to see friends for the first time since spring. For the kids who rode the bus, it was smooth sailing into the gym where anxious students got their schedules. For many students, this will be the first time they're changing classrooms so much, so there were definitely some nerves. By the time a high school senior graduates, he or she will have had 13 first days of school, and few are as memorable as their first and their last. Helen Raptis has more.
Every journey has a beginning and an end. Our time in school is one of the longest and most meaningful adventures any of us will ever take. And as each journey begins with a single step, every school year begins on a special day in September.
Hey guys. Hello. Andy? Yes. Welcome back to the river.
This is the last first day for John Rapaz, a senior at Columbia River High School. Just after sunrise, John stands by the front door, handing out candy and directing classmates where to go. Another River senior, Bree Brown, is on the Link crew.
In the groups closest to the schedule.
In the school gym, her job is to run a group of freshmen through orientation. She answers questions, runs them through some icebreaker exercises. And because River is much bigger than middle school, she even walks them to their first class. The extra responsibilities are typical for these student leaders who are making the most of school.
I was elected student body president of the school, and I'm also president of our NHS, or National Honor Society.
I am on the girls varsity soccer team. I'm part of DECA. I'm in NHS, and this year I think I'm going to be VP of the Red Cross Club.
As successful as these two have been in school, they know this is it.
It's like exciting because like we're almost out of here. We're about to start our lives, but at the same time it's really scary because, you know, there's the unknown of like what's going to happen after high school and our plans for the future.
With adulthood looming, it's tough for these seniors to remember where they started.
Kindergarten, that's such a long time ago. I mean, what was there to worry about in kindergarten?
It turns out, kind of a lot.
Awesome.
Ms. Rader has a classroom full of 5-year-olds at Truman Elementary.
Oh, the first day of kindergarten is so exciting. It's always an adventure.
This is the first day for these kids.
You never know kids that you're going to get if they've had any preschool experience or if it's their very first time in school.
So before they get down to reading, writing, and math, these kindergartners need to learn how to learn.
You'll have your very own square where you sit.
Ms. Rader shows them where to sit, how to raise their hands, and even how to use the bathroom.
I have little bathroom passes right here. What do you think that you should do after you're done going to the restroom?
Flush the toilet.
Make sure you flush the toilet. So make sure you just take one paper towel, and then where do you think you put it? In the garbage. The garbage can is right here.
For a kindergartner, the classroom with its rules and activities is a bewildering new world.
Half of them, I think, were really shy and scared, and then the other half were really exuberant and ready to go, so you kind of have a good mix.
Ask the kids what they're looking forward to most about starting school, and you'll see the world through the eyes of a 5-year-old.
I wanted to learn about math and things so I can learn about math, so I can get better math. Yep.
So what's your favorite thing so far?
Horses.
Horses, all right. And what else are you looking forward to? Snack. What's your favorite snack? All right. Great.
So with math, horses, and snacks, and throw in some reading, writing, and singing,
Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
these kindergartners' journey has begun.
They have a lot to look forward to, and it's a huge year. Kindergarten, we see such growth.
Hopefully the kindergartners enjoyed their first day. As our Columbia River seniors found out, you only get a dozen more.
It is just like amazing how fast it came. I mean, I remember the first day of middle school, the first day of elementary school, first day of high school, and now I'm at the end of it, and I don't know, it's just like everybody always told you how fast the end came, and you didn't really think it was true until you're there.
For In the Know, I'm Helen Raptis.
Just as new students arrive each year, new teachers come to Vancouver Public Schools too. More than 60 staff members are joining the district this year. At the Bates Center, they trained for 30 hours over 5 days. The theme for the week was Success for Each Student. In addition to training, the new teachers met support staff who can help them throughout the year. Parents and students at Minnehaha Elementary took a sneak peek at what school will be like this year, and they also got some ice cream. On the eve of the first day of class, parents and kids came down to Minnehaha for an ice cream social. After they discovered where the room is located, families explored the school. Events like this have real benefits for parents and kids.
You get to meet the staff, you get to come in and socialize, the kids get to see their friends and stuff like that if they've been here before. If you haven't, the kids get to find out where everything is. That way they're not so nervous on the first day.
Charlene Matthews' 2 sons are going to Minnehaha this year. She was able to ask their teachers more about what was in the works for this school year. And afterwards, ice cream bars for everybody. Events like this, and parents like Charlene, are a big part of Vancouver Public Schools' plans this year. The district has started a family engagement initiative. It believes that students learn best when they're getting solid instruction in school and solid support at home. When kids know that their education is important to their parents, they often make that extra effort, and it's rewarding to know you're helping your child succeed. As school gets underway, remember that safety is a big priority. Anytime you see those flashing lights or are in a school zone when children are present, the speed limit drops down to 20 miles an hour. Most schools have crossing guards to help shuttle kids safely to school, but it's everyone's responsibility to help out. And if that's not enough of a reason, remember this. In the fall, police have special patrols to catch school zone speeders. Community partners are donating school supplies to get the year off to a good start for kids in need. This donation, a van load from Charter Communications, came into the Vancouver School District Foundation office. Dozens of packs of pencils, pens, notepads, even some backpacks will be handed out at the school district's Family Community Resource Centers. Charter is just one of several businesses and individuals who give each year, and it's not too late to get involved. Contact the foundation or your nearest school to make a donation. Long before the first day of school, fall sports got off to a running start. The boys' cross-country team at Hudson's Bay has high hopes for this season. The team came just short of districts last year, and the guys think they have a chance to go further this time around. They're also keeping in mind why they went out for the team in the first place.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, even if you're not like competitive like I am, it's just a lot of fun to get out there and run.
It keeps me in shape. I get to run with friends usually, and I like the competition.
Coach Tom Peterson says that the team is fairly young this year, but he is optimistic about their chances. While the varsity athletes run in league meets, the younger runners get to compete in shorter races to get some practice. Over at Fort Vancouver High School, the girls' volleyball team is moving forward with a new coach. Dennis Carline took over the program this year. His players say he's tough, but fair.
I think it's good. It makes you better. And so, like, if someone's just soft on you, like, oh, you can do better next time, then you're like, okay, I don't need to be that down on myself. But if they're really tough on you, then you can just be like, okay, I really need to get it next time.
The discipline and accountability that Coach Carline demands seems to be rubbing off on his players. They're hoping that this new attitude will yield better results than last season.
We don't compare it, actually. It's ridiculously better. Yeah.
You can see the new look Lady Trappers on Comcast Channel 29. For the first time ever, the Fort Sports crew will be broadcasting several of their games live, with a replay airing afterwards. In addition to those live volleyball games, you'll be able to see for the first time live football from the Kiggins Bowl. Nick Vole shows us how the Fort Sports crew will be broadcasting Trappers games right to your TV.
Fort Vancouver High School welding instructor Dave Richards is on a mission.
Well, step one, you take one used school bus that they've surplused, you paint it white, you get rid of all the lights off it, you pull the seats. We'll have the insides painted white, we're going to sheet the walls with plywood, and then we're going to start filling it with racks for electronics.
The end result? A new remote broadcasting unit for Fort Sports, which broadcasts the school's football, volleyball, and basketball games. With its current truck, every piece of equipment needed to broadcast has been set up from scratch every single time. That process can take up to 6 hours. The new converted bus will hold the equipment in racks.
By having it all built in, it'll be a lot quicker, and so we'll be more mobile and able to do, hopefully, more events.
The converted bus isn't the only change this year. For the first time, volleyball and football games are being broadcast live on Comcast Channel 29. The Fort Sports cameras are capturing the football action down on the field. That signal is routed up to the press box. From the press box, it's connected over the internet to Discovery Middle School, which is right behind me. And then from Discovery, it goes straight to your home.
Going live is very exciting because I think sports in particular, you need immediacy, I think. And it just feels different when you know it's live and you don't know what the outcome is. As opposed to watching a game, you already know the score. The story's already been told.
Going live is good for the audience and also for the students working on the game.
That adds a little excitement and a little bit of pressure, and that's a good thing because that's similar to what they're going to find out in the real world.
Students in both video production and welding are getting that real-world experience with these two projects.
Any experience that I can give these guys outside of what the normal scope and curriculum of school is to build real-world projects translates directly into employability skills.
The chance to build those skills prompted sophomore Johnny Wilson to help. He came in during summer break to do something good for his school.
Knowing that I can sit there and say, I helped this, I helped do this, I'm a part of this, it feels great. I love it.
That sense of school pride is on full display with Fort Sports.
It's fun, I think it's cool, and I know the kids like to see it. I think the students who participate in the production benefit, but I think the whole student body in the whole Fort community benefits because it's an opportunity to tell our story and also the story of that the district has to a whole different audience.
He's across the goal line.
For In the Know, I'm Nick Vole.
Those games will be on Comcast Channel 29. To see a weekly schedule, go to the district's website, vansd.org, and click on the TV schedule and topics link. The field at the Kiggins Bowl is now named after a Vancouver coaching legend. From here on, student athletes will compete on Gary Boggs Field. Coach Boggs passed away earlier this year. He ran the football program at Fort Vancouver for 34 years and led the Trappers to their greatest success on the field. Coach Boggs also guided the team through hard times.
The thing that's always impressive about Gary is that when he didn't have the athletes, he stuck around. A lot of times coaches will go to other schools, kind of check out the grass is greener at other places, and Gary stayed true to Fort Vancouver High School.
Coach Boggs led the Trappers to 163 wins, 5 league championships, and 5 playoff appearances. He retired after the 2000 season. Now it's time for We Learn, a look at how students are using technology in the classroom. While many kids spent their summer taking it easy, a group of bright young ladies chose some challenging work instead. I had a chance to go down to McLaughlin Middle School for the girls-only robotics camp.
Thinking back when I was in middle school, it's like, oh, gee, I couldn't have done this.
Sarah Ashback is a member of Skyview High School's robotics team. She's also a student in the school's SMT program. But at the girls' robotics camp, Sarah is an instructor, and she appreciates the opportunity she's helping provide these campers.
Well, A lot of girls are super interested, which makes me kind of happy. Like when I was in middle school, I did robotics in middle school and elementary school, and everyone's like, oh, you nerd. But then these people are like, oh, this is so much fun.
Changing perceptions about who can do science is just one part of the plan.
I'm not sure that it's necessarily gender specific, but I do think that you need a variety of different people looking at a problem to be able to solve it in probably the best way.
The main focus, of course, is showing kids how science and engineering can solve real-world problems.
In school we use math all the time, but I like applying it to actually building activities like this.
In this exercise, they're building an arm out of dowels and other household objects.
Well, we're trying to connect it all to actually pick up some objects, and so it's powered by the water.
We're learning how water pressure can be used to move parts, and so that's the mechanics part of robotics.
Just like in the workplace, these students have to work together and stay focused.
Yeah, it's pretty challenging. I mean, you have to pay close attention to the directions, and you have to be pretty precise with what you're doing, otherwise it won't really work.
The girls say the no boys allowed camp environment is helping them stay on task.
I know from my experience, the boys in my class, they're the rowdy ones, so they kind of distract us, and it seems a lot more concentrated.
When they go back to class, and eventually into a job, they'll have to share the workload with the boys. But for now,
I asked them, what about next year? Would you like to have another all-girls camp, or would you like to mix with boys? And they were all girls.
this camp was sponsored by Vancouver Public Schools and Skyview High School's Stormbots robotics team. The team builds much more complex machines each year and competes in regional competitions. You can see their impressive work at this year's We Learn Technology Showcase. The annual event will be held at Skyview High School this year. About 50 booths will be on display with teachers and students showing how technology is used every day in Vancouver classrooms. The event is free and everyone is welcome. Again, that's Skyview High School on Thursday, October 27th at 6:30 p.m. Several artistic students got a crash course in professional audio and video production this summer. The John Lennon bus rolled into town in late August, parking at Vancouver School of Arts and Academics. Musicians, singers, and video production students applied to take part, and those selected got a spot on the bus. In just one day, they wrote an original piece of music, recorded it, and made a music video for it.
It sounds like a very difficult thing, but I'm constantly surprised and amazed by what kids are able to do. I mean, you give them a bar to reach and they surpass it every time.
On top of learning professional techniques with state-of-the-art equipment, students gained another important experience.
Growth and being able to collaborate well with other people and just having a really good relationship with other musicians my age.
The students' music video, along with a short behind-the-scenes documentary, are available on our YouTube site. If you're watching on Comcast, we'll be showing you the music video after this episode. A group of aspiring journalists took a week out of their summer to learn more about the TV news business. They came down to the VPS TV studios for a week-long workshop. What you're about to see was shot, written, and edited by the students. Columbia River senior Rebecca Schuler has the story.
A really fun program. It's really good hands-on experience. And you get to see some really cool things.
Student Chance Cunningham was one of the lucky few to spend part of his summer learning more about the television news at the Broadcast Journalism Camp hosted at the Vancouver Public Schools studio.
This thing out and I get the shot, which was the shot.
In addition to Chance, students Chris Chavez, Josh Cunningham, Rebecca Schuler, and Miranda Sullivan worked alongside VPS producer Nick Voll and technical expert Ian Southworth to learn about the broadcast news production.
We saw a lot of projects that students had made this year, and it seemed like there was a lot of talent and a lot of interest in news, and we just thought we could, give some of the kids a leg up in kind of getting their packages and their stories together.
In addition to getting hands-on experience with the equipment, students wrote scripts for their own self-produced news packages.
But after learning a little bit more about how news works, they started learning skills.
Students were also visited by K2 sports reporter Craig Burnback, Fox 12 reporter and meteorologist Sophie Seong, and K2 photographer Kevin Farmer.
We had a lot of guest speakers that had a lot of knowledge that I think was really useful.
All of the students seemed to enjoy their time at the camp.
It's a really fun program.
I think it's a great program. I would recommend it for other people to take.
Well, it has been a long week, and students in the class have learned a lot of new skills. Hopefully after this, they'll be more prepared for a career in TV news, either behind the camera or in front. For In the Know, I'm Rebecca Schuler.
We want to thank the students for their hard work all week long. And thanks to you for watching In the Know. I'm Chad Young.